so much for coming. And before we get to the man you see behind you, I would like to take a few minutes to say something personal about the Academy. I went there, we graduated, as you heard, in 1969, and it's their 100th anniversary, and I owe them personal thanks. I told the reporter from the Columbus Dispatch that all the skills that I needed as a writer I had when I left the Academy in 1969. And those were skills of thinking first and obviously wordsmithing second. So I owe this tremendous debt of gratitude to the school for taking in third grade this son of a Georgia sharecropper who had moved to Columbus, opened a restaurant, and had no credentials other than, I guess I tested well, and the headmaster thought I was a bright third grader, and the rest was certainly fake for me. I liked school, I liked studying, I liked reading, I liked the whole process. And I think although I was a little bit ornery and stubborn, a responsive student and sort of thrived in the intellectual environment at the Academy in the 60s. So although it's sort of funny, there are some friends very kindly, generously named an award after me at the Academy, Gregory White Smith Award. And in the citation, it calls out the names of the recipient for his or her vivid classroom presence. Think about that for a minute. That's sort of code for he was a pain in the neck. But that's just sort of ironic in the circumstances. I think of it as a reflection of my skepticism, which is a skill or whatever it is that I still exercise and still is visible in this book. But I especially want to thank I was an easy case in a way. I really want to thank the Academy for what it did for my brother. I had a 2-year-older brother who graduated from the Academy in 1967. And he was a fantastic athlete and made a record at the school. While I was academically successful, he was successful at athletics. And he went on to college at DePaul in Indiana. But he never really was at home in the classroom. He really was more at home outdoors. And he was a great outdoorsman in a way that was my parents lamented because they didn't see a path to success outdoors. But he was both incredibly humane and sympathetic to his fellow students. He was always the one who, even though he was quite popular and successful, he was always sympathetic to the people who were misfits, and so was, in fact, had a word named after him in middle school, thanks to Bob Kirk, who still teaches at the Academy, and whom he was very much like. For that student that is sort of the most understanding of his fellow students and the most sympathetic to the difficulties of growing up and the difficulties of life wherever you are. And we all deal with those problems in our own ways, and sort of the empathy that he brought to his classmates. Sort of the opposite of, I guess, myself. And so he went to DePaul, but clearly was still not at home and wanted to leave and did leave. And he died in a mountain climbing accident in Yosemite 3 years after he left the academy. And it was obviously a great shock to everyone. But the reason to thank the academy is that I feel confident that thanks to everyone at the academy, and in particular a Spanish teacher named Basil Duncan, that when he died, he was a whole person. He was happy with himself. He was happy with who he was. He was happy with what he'd done, and felt content in his. And I give that to the academy. I attribute that to the academy. That it reached out not just to those people who were good in class or were articulate in class or wrote a good paper or that sort of thing, but that it supported everyone and gave a home to everyone and gave a sense of self-worth to everyone in the class. And so that even when they were taken from us before they should have been, they could die feeling that they were successful human beings. And that's I think, ultimately, the contribution the school makes to the lives of the students. And I'm quite happy and proud to be a part of it, and very happy to be here tonight. Now we'll transition awkwardly to another.